And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for shooters, as you well know, huge.
Yep, no question.
Well, guys, the D-League, a test bed for ideas that might, make their way to the NBA. And one thing we've seen there is a mission to get games down to 2 hours in length. They really want to shorten the length of these games.
Well, they've banned consecutive timeouts. They've reduced their number overall. The idea is to hold viewers' attention and provide time certainty for the broadcasters.
And so in the game for the Magic, Harris at the 4, Vucevic in the middle. Boss is out there with Victor Oladipo, and it's Fournier in at the 3.
And condensing the game, we've seen it at the NBA level too, cracking down on pregame rituals and requiring players back on the court quickly after a timeout. And the commissioner even talked to owners about shortening the game to 40 minutes, so less might be more in some ways. We'll see. I'm in agreement with that. I'd love to see some of the fat trimmed off the game. I don't know if 40 minutes is where I'd go, but some of the extra things that delay the game, I would love to see that pace picked up so there's not as much wasted minutes during the course of a 48-minute game.
Both good from the line that time.
Well, I think there's a couple of ways to shorten games. One is cutting down on the intentional fouls and crunch time. I think you could replace TV timeouts with live action advertising. Also, you might just shoot one free throw for the point value of a foul. I think the league is right to try to speed up the pace of the game, but it's a rocky road. You have to really think things through.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just a gorgeous assist.
Vucevic a screen on Paul. Boss passes to Vucevic. Paul with the steal. Bullock dishes to Paul. Here's Redick. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Vucevic a screen on Paul. Inside to Vucevic. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers. Finishes the break with a slam.
Regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Boss defended by Paul. Boss, and he gets it to go. Boss has got 28 points for the game.
And another gap in the defense found right there. This is one of the worst defensive performances I have ever seen.
And they double up Paul. Here's the 3. And that one's good.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap up since the start of the second half. They're starting to find the ring.
Steve, the lasers are starting to do their thing. That's going to be the ticket for them the rest of the way.
From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by the Clippers. Jordan's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now, here's Redick. Kicks it to Paul. Lets it go from deep. Again, the miss by Paul.
He just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Boss, defended by Paul. 5 on the clock. Here's Boss. Here's Vucevic. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
Nikola Vucevic, one of the best rebounders in the league at both ends of the floor, a rate that would put him top 10 over a full season.
And the first one drops. And Vucevic, a key player for the Magic. He missed a number of games with a concussion midway through last season. And without him, they really struggled.
Yeah, it was a tough season for the team overall, but he's clearly making an impact for him because he gives you good effort at both ends, and he's more than capable as a scorer and rebounder.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Well, this last season was the Clippers' 30th in Los Angeles, and for a team that's long played in the Lakers' shadow, for the second season in a row, the Clippers were the best team in L.A.
Pass to Griffin. And he goes in for the dunk.
Now that was pretty. That was just a nice-looking reverse jam right there.
Use the rim, Clark, to protect the ball, I think, too, a little bit.
Yeah, did a nice job with it.
Yeah, no question, Kevin. Great awareness and terrific finish.
And he gets it to go. 30 points for Boss.
And for the Clippers, in their 30 years in L.A., folks, only 6 times have they finished the regular season with a better winning percentage than the Lakers. Man, it's been domination by the Lakers out there in L.A. land. So Clipper fans are hoping that this is a sign of things to come going forward for their team, the Clippers.
To the paint, here's Fry. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And the Magic lead by 19. L.A. has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Paul goes in. Can't hit. And Orlando the other way now. And guys, for the Clippers, acquiring coach Doc Rivers from the Celtics in exchange for a draft pick. In Boston, he'd been the second longest tenured coach in the league after Greg Popovich.
You know, but rather than rebuild, I think he wanted to go for another ring in L.A. He's got a lot of authority, final say on personnel decisions. So Doc has really put his stamp on this team. But, you know, he has shot the ball well, but it has not been contagious. And his teammates, they haven't had the same groove, and that's why we're looking at this result so far.
Here's Boss. Hits it from three-point range. Boss has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Orlando.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Now Griffin inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
A signature slam right there from the big fella. How many of those have we seen before?
Boss defended by Paul. Boss passes to Fry. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. From down in the low post, it goes. Jordan's got 6 points in the quarter. Magic leading by 16. Boss defended by Paul, and the shot is good. 35 points for Boss.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. Just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Boss with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. He's got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Here is Paul, and they double up Paul. It's Jordan on the wing. Shoots from the baseline. Griffin. Jordan trying to free himself up, and Griffin scores. The assist by Paul.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Picked by Vucevic. Boss passes to Vucevic.
Well, you know, Chris Paul has such an intelligence for the game. High IQ, and he's extremely competitive. He looks for every advantage he can get, whether it's 2-for-1s or looking to sell a call to the officials. He always appears to be driven to find that edge.
And he makes the first.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he has 9 points, and he's knocked down 5 shots at the charity stripe. Good numbers for him.
Yeah, good numbers, and that's been important for his team. They needed some points. He's provided some easy ones at the foul line, so he's making an impact here.
And he makes the first, but misses the second.
A theme that has unfortunately come up for this Orlando franchise is their inability to keep a franchise talent for long. Of course, you think both about Shaq and Dwight Howard and their exits.
And about Orlando and their stars, is it better, Clark, to have had stars and lost them, or to never have had stars at all on your team?
Well, it's a different kind of heartache, that's for sure. I think you'd rather have them and lose them than not to have them at all. But Orlando has seen a lot of success for how long they've been a franchise. They'd like to be able, though, looking ahead, to keep that next star that's wearing a Magic uniform right now.
Well, Channing Frye has always been a great perimeter shooter, but where he's really improved is with his inside game. Teams like to switch guards on him, but when they do, he can now finish inside over that smaller player. That's what makes him a versatile offensive threat.
And both free throws good for Frye. And when you talk about teams going small on a stretch, big man like Frye, what's the advantage?
Well, the defense then can switch on the pick and pop and deny him easy looks. That's the first advantage. But, you know, his ability to take a smaller player inside means you have to guard him with the bigger player. So it's a pick your poison.
And again, Blake Griffin. Griffin's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for the Magic.
And the big difference here was accuracy behind the three-point line, Clark.
Well, they started spraying them from deep, and then it spread out the defense, and they had all the looks they wanted.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
This is going to be repayment for the last game they played against one another. And this will be their last regular season meeting of the year. A nice job to even it up at 1-1 for the season series against the Clippers.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Boss. You have to look at his steals and when he would come up with them as major factors in this result.
Down low. And that one's good, Barnes.
Now, he's one of the best in the league when it comes to executing that lead pass.
44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For Orlando, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Out to the wing. Harris kicks to Frye. Griffin grabs the board. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. There's the lob to the hoop. Got a piece of it. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. The three from Barnes. Orlando grabs the miss. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Boss.